What's up, Fit Dads, and welcome back to another episode of the Fit Dad Club podcast. My name is Jason Barrett, and I'm coming to you solo this week for what me and Trav kind of called the start of season 2, so to speak. For those of you who don't know, me and my wife have just had our second child, Henry Barrett. So he was born on the 9th of October, and all doing well, but he came about 3 weeks early after my wife was spent about 2 weeks in hospital because her waters broke a little bit early, and then he flipped breech, and then he flipped head down, then he flipped breech, and then he flipped head down again, and went through 30 hours of labor, all to just get sepsis and have to have an emergency C-section, and then her and him both on antibiotics for a while. So it was a very hectic time, which explains the absence for the podcast, and appreciate your patience. But we're really looking forward to launching season 2, so to speak, after a little bit of a break right before Christmas happens. So it's probably not the best timing, but getting back to basics and back to some of the really cool things that will help you be the fittest version of yourself and help you be the best dad that you can be. Juggling 2 kids, especially when you have to do a little bit more around the house with wife having C-section, is definitely a struggle. There's definitely a lot that can happen, and one of the big things that has minimized my ability to keep on top of my health and fitness has been the exercise that I've been able to do. I've probably not been to the gym for about 6 weeks now. But in saying that, I've made an effort to make sure we go for family walks when we can. I have got a walking pad for my desk so that if I do get the chance while my daughter is having a nap to jump on here for half an hour, just getting something in is better than nothing. But the biggest thing that has enabled me to sort of keep on track over the last couple of weeks has been getting really rigid and back into my tracking and finding the things that work for me in that regard. And there's going to be a couple of topics over the next few weeks that Trav and I go through around training, around tracking, around getting your shit sorted, because it is now, it's early mid-November. Summer is coming. It's coming very quickly, and a lot of people are going to wish that they had started on their summer bodies earlier, and they're going to realize that, and then they're going to be behind the 8 ball when it comes to this time. But the biggest thing is not being seasonal with your efforts and realizing that, yes, there's going to be times where you put more effort into other areas, but just not letting this area of your life slip, not letting your fitness get too far out of check. And for me, the health and fitness side of things was one that I let slip a little bit. It was one that sort of I struggled with. It was a little bit of a slow process building up my weight. I had an upper limit though. There was an upper limit of my weight that I was happy. Cool. If I reached that, it means I need to dial it back in again, and I hit that. And so it was time to dial it back in, and that was the way that I got back down again. But when things are crazy, I think the best thing to do is to simplify. So for me, that meant I'm on relatively lower calories because I'm not doing that much exercise. So that means instead of having breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I just do lunch and dinner. I have 2 meals where I can have bigger meals, and my first lunchtime meal is always that really, really high protein, really filling yogurt, protein powder, cereal, and frozen berries, right? That combination is really high volume, keeps you full, keeps you going, high protein. So that gives me a lot of wiggle room for my afternoon meal / my evening meal to not be as high protein, because I've already smashed a good chunk of my protein target with that one there. So finding the things that work for you, finding the things that work within your lifestyle is very important. I'm already down 2 kilos on this process so far. Not exercising that much, not getting that many steps in, right? If you don't count running after a toddler, which I guess kind of counts. But it's just kind of to say that no matter what your situation is, no matter what the go is, you are always in control of your intake. And one of the big things that you're not in control of your intake of sometimes when it comes to having a new baby is people will drop off food. And one of the number one things that people love to drop off is lasagna, right? And lasagna is one of those foods where, it's awesome, but it's really high. It's a bit higher in carbs and fats, depending on how it's made. You've got layers of pasta in there. You've got creamy sauce. You've got cheese. You've got higher fat mince. Like all of those things do tend to add up. There's often not that many vegetables in there. So it can be one of those things where calorie bang for buck, it's not the best. But the thing is, you can still have that, and still, as long as you're in control of the rest of your intake and you're not going crazy because of sleep deprivation and just kind of eating whatever, like to be honest, you got to give yourself a little bit of slack. Trust me, like I'm in that situation at the moment. So anyone with a new baby, cut yourself slack that you're not, nailing every single thing from a diet perspective. But you've got to have some rules in place. You've got to have some structure in place because you're going to be out of control of a fair amount of what you can do physically. So you've got to be in control of what you can do when it comes to putting something in your mouth. So that's been a little bit of a lesson I've taken away from obviously this new baby coming. It's definitely been wild to have two, and the amount of effort and the amount of like minimal time that you do get to yourself. So it is, like I said, maximizing the time you do get, doing backyard workouts, buying 2 10-kilo dumbbells and just doing whatever you can with those in 20 minutes on a nap, on a break in the morning before, like whenever you can, just getting something in. That's probably the big thing for me. But there's been a lot of learnings in this last 4 weeks. He's been alive for about 4 weeks now as of yesterday. So that's where I've been. That's where the podcast has been for a bit. We're looking to get stuck back into everything. And I would love for, if you do have a question or a bit of content that you would love us to cover, feel free to shoot a DM to fit_dads_club on Instagram. Comment it on YouTube if you're watching it on YouTube. Just leave us a review, leave us something to let us know, hey, I'm watching and this is the kind of stuff that I'd love to know a little bit more about going into the future. So that was all for me. I just wanted to drop a little bit of something for you all to let you know we haven't gone anywhere. Just been a little bit busy, but we will be back to our normal schedule soon enough. So if you have any questions, head to fit-dad.club, book in a call. We can get you started. We can get you looking at where you are, where you want to be, and how we can help you close that gap. Looking forward to smashing it all with you. So take care. Looking forward to speaking to you hopefully next week, but if not, very soon. And stay fit and keep grinding towards your goals. We'll see you on the other side.